Startups don't die from lack of effort, they die from lack of direction. You're working hard, but is it moving the needle? If your product feels like it's in a perpetual state of almost ready, you're likely in build purgatory. Let's diagnose it. Sign 1. Your ship date is always soon, not June 1st, not next Tuesday, just soon. Soon is a comfort word for uncertainty. It's a shield against the accountability of a real deadline. It means you aren't actually shipping. If you can't name the day the code goes live, you aren't building a product, you're building a hobby. Real startups ship. Sign 2. Stakeholder reviews always produce new requirements. The goalposts don't just move, they multiply. Every review session adds a must have feature. If your MVP is becoming a Swiss Army knife, you've lost the core value proposition. Good founders say no. If your stakeholders are driving the roadmap with ideas instead of data, your product will never breathe. Sign 3. A core feature has been rebuilt more than once. Not optimized, completely scrapped and restarted. Optimization is progress. Rebuilding because you changed your mind is a sign of fundamental indecision at the leadership level. It kills momentum. Stop chasing the perfect architecture. If it works for 10 users, it's good enough to ship. You can't fix what hasn't met a customer. Sign 4. The team describes the product differently depending on who you ask. Marketing says X, Dave says Y. If your own team doesn't agree on the Y, your users certainly won't. This lack of alignment leads to fragmented, low quality building. Unified language is a prerequisite for unified execution. If the elevator pitch isn't identical across the board, stop building and start talking. Sign 5. Your backlog grows faster than it shrinks. You're adding 3 tasks for every one you complete. A growing backlog isn't ambition, it's debt. It's a weight that prevents the team from focusing on the current sprint's actual priorities. Be ruthless. If a task has been in the backlog for 3 months, delete it. If it was truly important, it would already be done. Sign 6. You have rebuilt the scope definition document multiple times. More time spent planning than coding. Planning is a trap when it becomes an alternative to shipping. Elaborate scope docs for an unreleased product are just sophisticated guesses. Build the smallest possible version that works. The market will tell you the real scope. Your document won't. Sign 7. The team is working hard, but morale is declining. This is the most dangerous sign of all. Engineers love to build, but they live to launch. Working for months without a release is soul crushing. It feels like digging a hole and filling it back up. Morale is fueled by wins. If you don't ship, you don't win. Build purgatory isn't just a product problem, it's a culture killer. Identify one or more of these signs, you're in build purgatory. Now, here is exactly how you get out. Step 1. Cut your remaining scope in half, then cut it again. What is left is your absolute minimum viable product. You don't need the bells and whistles, you need a core that solves a problem. Everything else is a distraction until you have users. Step 2. Set a hard ship date. No more than 2 weeks from today. If it's not ready, ship what you have anyway. Shipping is a discipline, it's a muscle you have to train. A shipped product with bugs is better than a perfect one that's invisible. Step 3. Get feedback from real users immediately. Their complaints are more valuable than your internal roadmap. Build purgatory happens in a vacuum. User feedback provides the pressure needed to shape the product into something people actually want. Step 4. Freeze all new feature requests. Until the core is live, nothing else exists. Protect your team's focus at all costs. Every new idea is a potential detour. Your job as a leader is to be the barrier between your team and the good ideas that kill progress. Step 5. Celebrate the launch, no matter how small. Restore the team's belief that their work reaches the world. Launching creates a virtuous cycle. It builds confidence, provides data, and resets the clock on build purgatory. Keep moving. The world doesn't care about your backlog or your perfect architecture. It cares about the value you deliver today. Escape the trap. Break the loop. Stop building in the dark and start shipping in the light. Your startup depends on it. If anything in this video sounded familiar, if your team has been almost ready for longer than you want to admit, I've written a full guide on what build purgatory is and how to escape it. Link is in the description. If you want to talk through your specific situation, we can usually tell you within one call whether you're in the loop and what the fastest exit looks like. I'm Kapil, this is Comet Studio. We decide before we build. See you in the next one.